Hi, this is Megan, and this is my reader profile. My name is Megan Valentino. I was born in Portsmouth, Virginia, but at about age 3 or 4, I moved to Sharpsburg, so I've been here about 19 ish years now. I graduated in 2021 from Northgate High School. My background in elementary education, when I was younger, I was always playing teacher with my sisters, even during the summer. I think I had a whole classroom set up of stuffed animals at one point. As it turns out, a lot of wannabe teachers have had. Um, and then I got kind of talked out of it. I did Future Georgia Educators all through middle school and high school, so I got to work with elementary students there. And I did Partners Club in high school, which gave me some of that special education background. And I got talked out of it. And I went for biochem and didn't work out, wasn't my passion, didn't love it, came back home. And that's where this quote from my mother came. You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, apply to a daycare, see if you still love teaching before choosing your degree. And sure enough, safe to say, obsessed, love the chaos, love the fast speed. These little ones are definitely, they have my heart. Before we go into the next slide, it's kind of important to have a little mental image of baby Megan. She's about second, first grade at most, maybe third max. On the right there, love her, cherish her, we've grown, we respect her. These are the books that baby me enjoyed in elementary school. You can see we started with those Junie B. Jones books. Love them. Have my own little collection going of them on my shelf for my classroom up there. And those were the kind of books where I learned how to read. It was mainly sight words, easy words, building up that reading fluency tests. I guarantee they taught me phonics. I have no memory of it, but it was in there somewhere, I'm certain. I remember the sight words, though, and reading fluency. Those were huge. It kind of evolves eventually into Magic Treehouse, which is honestly about as nonfiction as my reading tendencies got. They've got lots of facts in there, but it's mainly fiction based. And then later on, third, fourth, fifth grade, we'd moved to Harry Potter. Other honorable mentions, and again, this is barely, not even close to a dent in all the books that I read through elementary school. I loved reading, but these are some big ones that I kept on my shelf because they meant something. Glory B, Secret Garden, Bridge to Terabithia, the Beverly Cleary books, all of them. Rhoda Quimby, Mouse and the Motorcycle, Elite. A Wrinkle in Time, The Tale of Emily Winsnap, Esperanza Rising, Judy Blume books, Nancy Drew, Spiderwick Chronicles, Tale of Unfortunate Events, and so on and so forth. Lots of books, but it was mainly fiction. That was my favorite genre. I loved disappearing into the other worlds. This is me now, adult Megan, Miss Meg, as all of my students have always told me from daycare on. I've got student teaching pictures there. The one in the mouse is from my daycare. I'm holding If You Give a Mouse a Brownie. Comes up later on. There's a reason for it. Current favorite authors, if I had to pick just two, I've limited myself. I've loved Jodi Picoult since very beginning of high school. She's got that intense detail. Her books are filled with a purposeful plot and just scattered with windows and mirrors in there. Like, there are some books that I could identify with, like Wish You Were Here has to do with COVID. And there were other ones where it's just like you're living in someone else's life and you get that mirror into other people's soul. Like The Handle with Care, it's about a girl with osteogenesis imperfecta. She has brittle bones. House Rules, it's about a family with autism. And then Rebecca Yarros, she's got the elaborate detail, that fiction that I love, and she just leaves the reader hanging on to every word. And I love it. I adore it. Something else that I wanted to just touch on, I thought was cool, my current favorite picture books. And, the ones on the bottom one case, The Little Old Lady Who's Not Afraid of Anything and The Pout Pout Fish, that's my childhood. along with If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. Those were my favorites. Those bottom two in particular, though, the little old lady who's not afraid of anything and the Pout Pout Fish, they were my favorite childhood memory of being read to because they sang with it. And I just remember those ones. I can't remember anything else ever being read to me by like a teacher or my family, but I remember those two because it was just so much fun. I also despised having people read aloud, so the fact that they were singing it instead of reading it made all the difference. And then The Wombat Said Come In. That's my favorite from last semester. Learned that one. That one's up for a big award. Don't Touch My Hair. Got to read that one last semester. It's so good. Enemy Pie is really good. That's Not My Name, so good. And The Wonderful Things You Will Be, heart-wrencher. I sob it every time. Every single time. So if you want something to cry to, get that one. Anyway, that's all I have for now. Thanks for listening. Bye, guys.